Yo, that was one hell of a workout, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm exhausted, but that was good, man. Props.
Nice. Yo, who's that? I never noticed her.
Who?
Her right there.
You don't know Edith?
I don't know who that is, bro. I never seen her.
She's like a legend of fitness modeling. You never met her.
Nah.
Fuck, ridiculous. We're going to Toronto.
Why Toronto?
She lives there now.
Bro, I got shit to do. What Toronto, bro?
Toronto, live!
I guess we're going to Toronto.
Yeah, I continued on. I ended up doing 13 competitions. 13.
13, I was there
And
for 3.
I won 10 of them. And the other 2, I got 2 seconds in the third.
10 out of 13.
Humble brag.
Did you
And I think the most dangerous thing about competing, especially for girls, is like after the competition, they wanted to maintain that competition physique all the time, and they wanted to and they would be dreadfully frightened of gaining any sort of weight. It does a number on your head. I think especially for women.
Welcome back to the DNA podcast. Of course, I am Danny Drip with you to have another great show. We've been off for a few weeks. Unfortunately, I had to deal with some health issues, just colds and everything. But like the whole world is going through this, and we're all fighting for the last bottle of Tylenol there is on the shelves. So we had to take some time off. Also had to unfortunately deal with some tragedy in the family. I'll let you know all about it in the upcoming episodes. But so it's been a bit of a rough time, but hey, it's Christmas, so let's all be happy. And who else to bring, who better to bring joy to my life than this guest that I have?
Oh.
From the day I've met this person, she has been nothing but a ray of sunshine in our lives, in our business, and to everybody that she's met. That nobody ever has nothing bad to say about this person other than they're a fantastic human being. So she's a former fashion model, a former fitness model, champion, very important, and a new mom.
Yes.
And to me, you'll always be the best damn employee I've ever had.
Aww.
I introduce to you Miss Edith Werbel. Way to fuck it up. How are you, Edith?
Hi, Danny. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm well.
Yes.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been way too long.
Right.
We used to see each other on a
Every
daily
day,
basis.
all day long.
That was great, but obviously we've moved on to bigger and better things.
Mm-hmm.
And you look great. You look to be in great spirits and a brand new baby.
Brand new baby, 3.5 months old.
Yeah.
He's a rock star. He's great.
There you go. And you're not sleeping at all, aren't you?
Not really.
There you go. That's the fun thing about being parents. I personally think it's the best thing ever, but it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work,
especially
yes.
for moms. The first couple of months, they're always breastfeeding next to you, and the dad tries to play a role in it, but other than comforting you, there's not a lot we can do, right?
Right.
So let's get into it. I wanted to have you on because I think you have one of the most fascinating trajectories in your life, your career. As far as I know, you've always been successful at what you do. And like I said in the intro, you always seem happy. Everything's always seems to, I'm sure there's hard times and everything, but you're always such a positive person. So I wanted to know, how do you get there? So I will ask you a bunch of questions and see how did you become this great human being. So fitness is obviously our how we connected, how we met each other and everything. So when fitness comes, as you were growing up, where did you grow up, first of all?
In a small town in Australia called Townsville.
Townsville.
Yes, in North Queensland, Australia.
Okay, and why Australia? Was your parents Australian? Or?
No, my mom was from the Philippines. My father was from Germany. They just happened to meet in Townsville, Australia, and that's where I was born.
Look at that. And that's amazing. And how was it? Was it a fun childhood? Did you?
It was a great childhood. You know, it's a childhood that kids don't get these days, where I was out on the streets riding my bike by myself all day, out in the bush out back, you know, building cubby houses, building swings off trees, you know, zero supervision.
Nice, nice.
You know, great childhood, honestly.
Yeah, that's not us nowadays. Now
Yeah.
our kids is not in the same room and we panic.
Yeah.
But I grew up the same way, so yeah, it was fun. But were you always active? Were you always in great shape?
Yeah, I was a very rambunctious child, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah, I was always running around doing things, playing sports. I wouldn't say my parents particularly they didn't particularly encourage us to play sports, but I ended up in a lot of sports. And
Okay.
yeah.
You had siblings?
Yeah, one brother, one younger brother.
Okay. So and also very active, like you were.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
And how is Australia? Because being from Canada, Montreal, we have no idea. I think how you've been in both places. I've never been to Australia. How was it growing up?
Great. I always say Australia is like Canada's sister. They're sister countries. They're very similar culturally.
Okay.
Except obviously the weather is the big
Yeah.
big difference.
It's a little nicer there.
Yeah. And where I grew up it's a tropical area of Australia. It was always hot, just always stinking hot. So yeah, no, I love it. That's my element. Just gross and hot.
Nice. And once you get older, how do you get into? Do you play any sports? How do you get into fitness?
I think I got into fitness. Yeah, I played a lot of sports when I was younger, and then when I got to high school, I think I got into boys, so I stopped doing
There you
sports.
go.
And then I rediscovered actually fitness with yoga when I was like 18 years old. I guess I did yoga, and that was sort of my first like entryway back into fitness. Yeah.
But that was in Australia still.
Actually, no, that was in Thailand. So I started modeling when I was 16 years old. So I was living around Asia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from 16, I was in the Philippines and Bangkok and Hong Kong, Singapore. Anyway, all around there. And and I sort of fell into yoga when I was living in Thailand.
So the modeling kind of allowed you to visit a bunch of countries.
Exactly.
And,
Okay. It was a great way to travel
Nice.
when I was young. Yeah.
Okay. And you started doing that as 16 years old. How did you get approached?
Well, funny story. So my mom basically sent me to the Philippines because I was a really rambunctious teenager. You know what I mean? I was like into boys. So
Okay, so it's like go to Philippines.
So she sent me to the Philippines to see what real life was like, you know.
Uh-huh.
But it just so happened my grandfather there was like best friends with one of the top designers in the Philippines.
Nice.
So I started like going in his fashion shows, and I just sort of started from there.
Okay, great. And did you do that for a long time or?
Yeah, about 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
And how does that get you to Montreal, Canada? How do you end up there?
Yeah, it's a long story, but
there are boys included there
yes,
too?
I know. There's another boy story in here. So I met a boy in the Philippines,
Okay.
who I ended up marrying later on. But he was a Canadian citizen.
Okay.
So that's sort of how I ended up in Canada.
So you guys decided you wanted to make a life in Canada, or?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I formerly I came to Canada on an exchange program, a university exchange program. So I did my final year of undergrad at McGill in Montreal. So that was sort of like the way to get into Canada, and then I just stayed after that. So so I've been in Canada like 15 years now.
Nice. So what did you study?
International relations.
Nice. And then in Montreal, Canada, obviously, we're gonna get into the one of the best day as far as DNA fitness is concerned when you came and met us to start working with us.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I was so excited to see you that I forgot our tradition. So in order to break the ice, make the people comfortable, guests are not always as comfortable as you are.
Yeah.
So we either have a drink or we have a bad joke that you pick from that jar.
Oh, really?
So it's your call.
You know what? I'll take the drink.
There you go. So what do we have here? Look at this. Dimitri was nice enough to bring us some Reposado Patron tequila. Straight?
Yeah, I'll take it straight.
I should have known with
I'll
you.
sip it.
So as I'm doing this, let's continue. So you come to Montreal at what age?
Oh, was I 24? I think I was like 24 or something. Yeah.
24. So you did model for a while.
Yeah. So I modeled until I was 21. Then I went back to Australia and I did university. And then I came. Yeah.
Okay, to Montreal with your former with your ex-husband, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so we're saying that when you came to Montreal, your first job was,
Pretty much with you, Danny.
wasn't it? Do I remember your first job better than you? weren't you working at Aldo?
Oh, yeah, you're
Look
right.
at you.
You're right. I totally forgot. Yes, I was working at the head office of Aldo Shoes. That was my first job. Yeah.
There you go. Because I remember I worked for Aldo too, but in the stores.
Right.
And then I don't know who contacted me. I think you were friends with Alex's, one of our trainers' ex-girlfriend. I think it's a lot of history there. Yeah.
Oh my God, I totally forgot that.
I see your
Yeah.
eyes light up. Like I remember.
You do know my history better than me.
Yeah, I remember. I have a great memory for it. Don't ask me what happened 5 minutes ago. I don't know.
Oh.
But
It needs to ferment
5,
for a while.
10, 20 years ago, I remember everything. So you came to us through that person.
Yeah.
I don't even remember her name.
Me neither.
Well, thank you, whoever you are, for bringing Edith into our lives. So to that day, we'll say cheers.
Cheers.
Dimitri, cheers. Dimitri doesn't drink. Ever. He's never had a drink.
Wow.
Dear God, I'm going to be drunk. Yeah. and I poured too much. I thought it was going to be a shot, but there's like 3 in there. So this is going to be a fun interview. So you come to us, and I remember you coming in for an interview, and you were like a skinny model, fashion model looking like, and I was like, we're going to have to work here. And it was something like incredible because I gave you a few clients that I had already because I needed to grow at that point. I couldn't handle, I had too many. So I was like, I'm going to get sick. I got to find somebody. And you were the second employee I've ever hired.
Oh, right.
There was Eric.
Yeah.
Eric. And then there was you. Good times.
Those are the days I remember the best, actually, at the Atwater gym. Just the 3 of us. All
that
day
was,
long.
All day long. We had fun. It was very good. Unfortunately, we were kind of victim of our own success because it kept growing. You had more. Like, I know that at one point, I gave you, I think, 2 or 3 maybe clients, and you started. And I always kept the mentality where I'll give you a few, but then you have to blossom on your own, right? You have to go. And at first you were timid, but I don't know what happened, and you just exploded, like started getting all kinds of clients. You were the busiest. I would see the numbers. You go, this girl's doing more hours than I am. And everybody loved you, and you got into fantastic physical shape, which we'll get into a little later. Do you remember what happened? Did you just one day wake up and say, like, I'm just going to be the best damn trainer? Or
I guess so. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't really remember what happened. But yeah, when you're living in the gym all the time, it's like I guess it's easier to get in shape like that.
And not also like, not to speak ill of Aldo, because I love working for that company too. But I think you were fed up with that
just the corporate
office
environment and everything. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But going back to, you gave me a couple of clients to start with.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam Frischman.
Sam and Marissa Frischman.
Yes, they were like my first clients, and Sam ended up being with me for years. My 3 time a week lunchtime guy. I love training him. So anyway, Sam, if you're listening, hi.
Yes, we'll make sure he listens. He's still my lawyer. He still helps me out when I need something.
Oh my God.
I haven't gotten into any trouble lately, so we're good. But yeah, I remember Sam used to walk around with one of those SAF pictures that and he would say, "This is my trainer," and I would just see his son or other clients, his friends, their jaw just drop like this, like, and go like, "Yeah, you want to train with her? Come." And I think it worked because you got quite a few clients, not just because of that, because you were excellent at what you were doing, but yeah, they were great. They very Sam and his family really like are the reason why I'm here, like why I'm able to maintain this business for like 12 years, 13 years now. It's because with them, I started with them, and he helped me set up the company. He even fought legal battles for me, everything. It was really instrumental in making this happen. So very, very grateful to him. Hopefully I can have him on one day.
Yeah.
Because he has an interesting story too.
Yeah.
Great guy. So you start working, you become super good at what you do. And then one day, another magical day, you come with this idea and you say like, what do you think if I enter a fitness model competition? Would you help me out? And I'm like, sure. Because I don't know. I always say yeah to everything that's positive. I'm like, sure, let's try it. And we started working. I would train you, I think, once or twice a week, and you would do the other four. But you would actually do it, right? Not like those clients that tell you, I'll train once or twice with you, and I do the third day, fourth day on my own. No, you would actually religiously do it.
Right.
And,
I was focused. Yeah.
Yeah, and what happened?
Yeah, so I entered my first fitness competition, which Danny trained me for, and I won.
Yeah, what like that? So easily. I've never thought I would be so nervous for an event that I wasn't like really part of. Like, 'cause I wasn't competing, you were. But I went to see you and I go like, man, this is more nerve-wracking than a final at hockey or something, because you were there. And honestly, I remember people saying like, damn, the tall one there with the long black hair, it's gonna be hard to beat. And everybody's like that. And every time you would like wave or they call your name to come up front, I would be like clapping and like telling you to smile and stuff like that. And people would turn and go like, oh, that's your girl. And I'm like, yeah, not girl like that, but she's the one I train, and she's and me and Melissa were just cheering you on, and everybody's like, yeah, it's a consensus. Like you completely destroyed that competition, and then you went on your own.
Yeah, then
and you became even better. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I continued on. I ended up doing 13 competitions. 13.
I was there
and
for
I won.
3.
I won 10 of them, and the other 2 I got 2 seconds in the third.
10 out of 13.
Humble brag.
Did you hear that? 10 out of 13. That's incredible. And not only that, but this is what's beautiful about the when you take something with passion, is that you inspired, at least from what I know, Nancy won a bunch of them too.
Right. I trained her for her first competition, and she also won.
She also won, yeah. And Aisha.
Aisha, yes.
Yeah. She didn't win, but she placed second or something.
After Nancy, yeah.
So which is not. And then there was. Then it's funny because I trained another girl, but then I would ask you for things. Like, Edith, how do you cut at the end? Because what I used to tell you was good, but you got so much better. Then I would take your advice. And I trained this other girl named Summer, which also won their first. So we created a bunch of winners. Right. That was our calling card at one point. Like, oh, you want to win? Go train with these guys. Yeah. It was great. And I'm glad I did it. Have some reservations about it, which I'm sure you have now too. But you know, we'll get into that later. So you win everything, and how did that feel, being on stage with that trophy?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, that's why I did 13 of them. I was like, it was very addictive once you get in there, and like, and just like the work that you have to do to get there. I was also very addicted to that, you know.
Nice, yeah. And you would work, like, I remember seeing you train like nonstop. Like you said, we were at the gym every day, so we might as well get it in. But also, once you did achieve that fantastic physique, which I'm sure we'll put some pictures up, you would also say, well, let's do another one, you know, because I'm there already. And, you know, I know it's a hard process. I was there for the training part. But then you had to take care of your food,
diet,
obviously.
That's the hardest part, for sure.
Yeah, so take us through one of those. What would you do, let's say, diet-wise, to get ready?
Oh, gee, I think I blocked it out from my mind, to be honest.
It traumatized me forever.
You know, it was a lot of chicken breast and broccoli, and, you know, everything measured, macros measured, everything like timed, and, you know, looking back a little, you know,
extreme a bit.
Extreme, and not healthy at all. Not healthy at all. But you know, Yeah, I learned a lot.
You do what you have to
Yeah,
do.
you
to
do what you
get,
have to do. Yeah. And it's the culture of bodybuilding. Everyone does it, you know.
Yeah. And it's the criticism I have about it is because it's when it goes a little too far and it becomes not healthy anymore.
Yeah.
That's my thing where like, yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta cut. But I remember being at one of your competitions and seeing a girl faint on stage because she hadn't eaten in a week or something.
Right.
But you weren't like that, no?
I was, yeah. I wasn't too, I don't think I was too bad. I wasn't like doing hours of cardio every day, which like some girls would. And I think the most dangerous thing about competing, especially for girls, is like after the competition, they wanted to maintain that competition physique all the time. And they wanted to like, and they would be dreadfully frightened of gaining any sort of weight. You know, it does a number on your head. I think, especially for women.
Yeah. And physically, it's easy to see that. I mean, without being mean, but you girls gain quite a bit of weight. Now, you're pretty tall, so you wear it pretty well. But I've seen, remember...
yeah, some bounce, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Allison. Remember Allison?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, another great girl, like, used to cook for us at the gym. And she entered, and she would tell me easily she would gain, like, 30 pounds after.
Yeah.
And, shorter, doesn't wear it as well, so it could be... I imagine it could be pretty hard psychologically.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
You had to struggle with that with maybe not personally, but your clients or
yeah. I think with clients, it was really hard to like have them keep a realistic like expectations. Like I mean, looking like that for a day, like when you're in competition, you look like that for a day, you know, and you don't even really look like that. It's the tan and the gel and the lights and the, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of stuff.
I like what you're saying because we should remember that that's for movies too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Hugh Jackman doesn't look like the Wolverine 24/7. He's there for for that shot.
Right, and you dehydrate for that as well. You know, like you can't live like that. Yeah.
And the filters and the lights and like you said, it's different, but you can still remain healthy and active the rest of the year or when you're off season in training, which I think you did. You maintained yourself well. When was the last time you did a competition?
Oh, gee, it's been I don't know, like 6 years. I think when I first moved to Toronto, I did one or two.
Okay.
And yeah, they were my last ones. Yeah.
And what made you say like enough?
Yeah, after 13 of them, I was just like, I kind of done this, and it's yeah.
I'm pretty good at this also, because if you want 10 out of 13, it's like, I don't know anybody that goes into like a championship. If you win 10 out of 13 years, I'm out. That's pretty good. All right. So our next game is going to be, where is it? These are called questions that can get you in trouble. Well, not you, because you're like.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, it could get you in trouble. That's why you have a fail-safe. That cup. If you feel that you cannot answer or don't want to answer the question, you can pick one joke. You say the joke, we forget the question.
Okay.
All right. So I won't get you canceled.
Okay. I feel these jokes are gonna get me canceled. Okay.
Probably. What is the thing that your spouse is the worst at?
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh man, I better take one of these.
There you go. It's gonna be a horrible one. I'll just read it. Go for it.
What's long green and smells like bacon? Kermit the Frog's fingers.
There you go. Did you get it? You know why I picked that one?
Why?
Because you're a fan of the Muppets. I even remember that.
Really?
See? Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, my memory is like, I remember things when I was 4 years old. Like,
wow.
Someday they'll study my brain. Someday. Let's save the thing for your spouse here, and B, what's the best thing he's at?
Best thing?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that either. But
there you go. Like right now he's standing up straighter. He's like, yeah, I knew I killed it. So we'll just say that he's the best at that.
Yes.
Was the baby planned or?
Planned, very planned.
There you go.
Yeah.
Weirdest craving during pregnancy.
You know what? I didn't have any cravings during pregnancy.
So, did you hear that, women? Having
Yeah.
Sundays with Pepsi cookies, no cravings.
No.
Do you like a fit bod or a dad bod?
Fit.
There you go. Last person you had an intimate dream about that is not your partner.
Oh, I don't know.
Partner, there you go. No, right now she's just her and her spouse. That's it.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Can't remember.
No.
Could take a joke then.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, man. While at the gym, a good-looking woman approached me and asked, "Have you tried skipping?" I replied, "Like with a rope?" She replied, "No, like skipping a meal."
There you go. Always good to make fun of fatties.
Goodness.
Yeah. This is a horrible podcast. We're gonna get canceled eventually. Here's a question, for your programming skills. Would you rather do 100 squats, or try to explain an illiterate person when it comes to computers, such as myself, about programming?
Oh, squats. Give me the
Squats.
squats.
You want to know how patient my wife is?
Yeah.
She taught my mom and dad, who are both in their 70s,
Yeah.
Facebook. She was able to teach them.
Wow.
They know how to message and all.
Nice.
They tried with me at first. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing. Like, but what does it mean when are they sending me this picture? You know, your role there.
Oh.
It was the most difficult thing,
Oh,
just
wow.
sending an email. But
Yeah,
she's patient. She was to me it's
Great.
very irritating. But to you too, I guess you'll take the squats. And the last one is the Asian stereotype about men true.
Oh, shit. I'm taking a...
Fuck, I really wanted to know.
I'll tell you later behind the
Okay.
scenes. Programming is like sex. One mistake and you have to support it for the rest of your life. Okay,
See,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
I wanted a programming joke because I went and I Googled programming jokes, and I did not understand 90% of it. That's the one I kind of go like, fuck, either I'm an idiot or this is really niche. All right, so it was a sad day, I think, in the universe of fitness. I think it was 2019 that you decided to retire from the world of fitness. I think we should take a moment of silence. That's how hard it was. When I read that, obviously, when you left DNA Fitness because you were coming to Toronto to work, it was sad and everything. But I knew you were gonna continue to spread your message of health and happiness throughout. But then when you said okay, fitness is done, I'm going into programming now.
Yeah, the tech. Yeah, I'm a programmer now.
And then I had to have a moment of silence. I go all these people but it's okay. So what happened with that? How come you switched?
Well, similarly to like competing, like I'd been in fitness for 10 years and I'd kind of done everything. Like, I'd done the competitions. I'd been published in fitness magazines as a fitness model. I hosted online workout videos for bodyrock.com. I had my own digital product, Beautiful, that I sold on my website, which did quite I kind of did everything, and I had no ambition to own my own gym.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
or to go to like world competitions there.
No. So I was kind of done with it. I was kind of like, there's just nowhere else. I wasn't inspired to do anything more with it.
So
that's one side, and the other side was money.
There you go.
Because I love fitness, and I loved it the whole time. But it is really hard to make a very, a stable income.
It's never stable.
It's never stable.
Yeah.
It's never stable,
Yeah.
and you have to work really hard. You have to be, you're up at 5, 6 o'clock, and you're still in the gym at 8 p.m. quite often. With a weird gap in the middle of the day. So it was really hard to make just like a good stable income without killing myself.
There you go.
So that was the other That was the other thing.
I'm so happy that you said that, because there you go for all of those that say your job is easy. You just stand there next to people. That's what I get all the time.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, dude, you have no idea how
It's one of the
hard
most
this is.
exhausting jobs. It really is. Because also just the emotional energy you put into every single client, and you have clients back to back, and you put so much like love and care into each person, and it's like emotionally draining.
Yeah, because you want them to succeed like you did, or to at least work as hard as, and not everybody does, and somebody complains, and some people don't take it seriously. Oh my God.
Yeah, then you have to deal with some people's body issues and like unrealistic expectations again, and it's a lot. It's a really hard job. Yeah.
I always thought so, but I never put two and two together, because I enjoy it so much. But the hard part, I remember one time very vividly, walking into what was our employee room at the gym we were working together, and seeing you in tears. I remember that,
really?
and I just go like, "What's it?" See, I remember everything, and I just walk over. Edith, are you okay? I give you kind of a hug. You okay? He goes like, "Yeah, it's just there was this lady,
Yes.
that you had helped, I think, lose 30 pounds or something.
Yes.
And she was still complaining every day.
Yes.
She even complained to me about things. She would complain to me about a dirty bathroom that it wasn't even part of the gym. I go like, I can't tell the next door neighbor to clean her toilet. Just don't go to that one. Go to ours.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, no, it's not good. And she was just finding ways.
Right.
So you remember that lady?
Yes, I do. Yes, I'm still in touch with her actually.
Look at that.
So she was quite a difficult client in the beginning.
Yeah.
But honestly, she went on to like she went on to be one of my most like fulfilling clients, I would say.
There you go. Very good.
Yeah, because I did help her a lot, and like
She recognized that eventually.
Yeah.
Because you could be difficult the whole time, but if you're still like listening to what I'm saying and you still value me in your life, it's still good, right?
Right.
Which till this day, you're still talking to her, and she
Yep.
still kept the fit life and everything.
Yeah.
Very good.
She kept it
very
up.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Another thing, when people say, "Oh, it's just 90-day transformations and then everything goes to hell." No, you can stay fit the rest of your life. You just have to be careful the rest of your life and be active and
Maintain.
Not just say, "Oh, okay, I got there. Let's take a few pictures and then let me gain all the weight back or lose all the muscle." So would you say that client was the most fulfilling one that you had? While you were,
that was one of two clients that I had who who came to me who were not just physically out of shape, but also like mentally out of shape, or like we were in a hard place.
Yeah.
And where fitness and health and fitness really changed not just their bodies, but their like outlook on life and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why it was so fulfilling. Yeah.
Who's the other one? Did I ever know?
No, it was someone here in Toronto.
Very
but yeah,
good.
yeah.
So you did continue your great work here.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, very good. So same thing.
Yes.
She needed to get better, not just physically but mentally.
Yeah,
in her life.
exactly. And I think that's when fitness is the best. When it just like just does great things for your mental. Yeah.
And now, because of damn programming, we don't have that anymore. We don't have Edith anymore. So how's the programming life? Why programming? Why did you get into that?
You know what? In some ways, I just kind of chose it by random. I know that sounds weird, but I was like, for a long time, I was like, what can I do? What can I do? And my boyfriend was a programmer. My boyfriend now is a programmer.
Okay.
And one day it just popped into my head. I was like, I'm going to become a programmer. And so I remember coming home telling him, I was like, I know. I know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to become a programmer. And he was like, don't do it. Doesn't suit you. You'll hate it. No, don't do it. And I was like, fuck you. So I don't know if we can swear here, but that gave me more motivation to like do it. Yeah.
If you can do it, I can do it better.
Pretty much. So that was so I did it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I really did it.
And I saw a post on Instagram. As you know, I'm not big on social medias, but for these, I gotta kind of get prepared a bit and know what I'm talking about. I saw a post where you said in 2019 it was a rough year, but you decided to get yourself back together emotionally, financially, and all that. You really kicked ass and became a programmer. So what was that the moment that you said, okay, everything switches now, and I get, because from the outside we look at the fitness model champion, the happy girl, the everything seemed to be going right for you, and then you go like, no, things are not the way I want. I need to kick ass, and you. I love the post because it say I actually did it and did something about it, and I'm happy. So what was that moment? Was there something in particular, or?
Well, yeah, kind of. I think it was around this moment I realized, well, it was a little bit before this, I realized that I was going to have a child.
There you go.
Like, most of my life had been kind of indifferent to, I always thought, I always thought, like, if I have a child, cool. If I don't have a child, cool. Like, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
But around that time, I realized, okay, this is really happening.
Okay.
And so I've got to set myself up for, with a stable income and a stable job, and something that's a little more sustainable than fitness. Like I said, the hours are rough.
You
the
have
hours
to
are really
be there
rough
for your kid.
Yeah, and especially as a mother,
Yeah.
there's no maternity leave if you're a personal trainer usually, and it's not a job I could do.
Yeah. And sustain your family too.
Exactly. So I was that was one of the main things. I was like, oh, I've got to set myself up now. So that was definitely one thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the were you pregnant at that point, or you
No,
just
not yet.
decided I'm gonna have a kid? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I just knew it was something that we wanted to do.
Okay.
So that was a big motivation to change.
And now you've been doing programming for how long?
I've been employed as a programmer for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm on maternity leave now, but yeah, about 2 years.
How do you like it so far?
It's good. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I mean, it was a big adjustment.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's when your partner's telling you like, I don't see you in it, and if you ask me from the Edith I know, I go, how are you gonna keep her on a seat?
Yeah, that was the hardest. I mean, programming is hard in itself, but I remember just sitting down for like several hours a day was like a foreign concept to me. I'd never done that before. That was the hardest part. So I bought myself a sit-stand desk as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So that somewhat helped. But yeah, the biggest transition was just being stationary in front of a computer. That was the hardest thing for me to do.
Well, I can imagine, because I remember these are all happy memories for me in my head, but you and Nancy just like dancing in the gym and like just having fun. And I go, and now you have to go through a different phase. But at the same time, like you said, when you start, we all evolve in our lives, right? And we all have those periods where we're going nuts and like having fun. But once you start thinking, okay, I'm going to have kids, maybe the dancing should stop a bit, or slow down at least.
Exactly. Like fitness was so fun. I loved it, and there's so much I miss about it. But yeah.
But you still look super fit. You still keep up training, or?
Yeah, I'm still training. I think I always will. I don't think I'll ever not train.
You just had a kid 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You see this? Just had a kid 3 months ago. Yeah. She doesn't mess around. Like same as Nancy was deadlifting 2 plates.
While
8
pregnant.
months.
Yeah.
8 months pregnant.
I know.
You're like, okay, it's pretty impressive. And so you train now just for yourself like that?
Yeah, just for myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you go to a regular gym?
Yeah, just go to regular gym. There's a gym in my condo, then I go to a regular gym. Yeah.
Is it? How do you feel when you walk into a gym and there's a bunch of people training and they're all doing things wrong?
Oh, it still drives me crazy. It still drives me crazy when I see bad form. I'm there and don't say anything.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
I've been, as you know, I used to live always across both gyms. I was always right across so I could walk, but with the kids, I needed a bigger place. So we moved. So I joined another gym, which is just a public gym like that, not like private training like we do.
Yeah.
And I go there and I always tell people it's like being in a slasher movie where you look one way, you're scared, and you look the other way, you're scared because you go like, what are you doing? You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And then, you see this kind of in shape, but not really, like big belly boyfriend telling the girlfriend what to do, and he's having her do ridiculous
bench press,
things.
really heavy bench press, and
like 2 reps, and the girl is obviously overweight without being mean, but she has 150 pounds too much on her. Like start doing some like calisthenics, start moving your body, do some cardio, at least something. Don't do it like she's doing traps, you know. What is the, I don't know if that's your point, to be like big and big traps, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just close my eyes, put my
Yeah.
headphones and go like
Yeah.
focus on yourself. But I want to help everybody, but you can't, because then I won't have a life anymore. So glad we can share that. And now, is programming your future? Do you see this going on for forever? Or?
Yeah, I think so, for the foreseeable future. Yeah. So I work for TD Bank now. Yeah, it's a pretty good job.
TD Bank?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm sure it's steady.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk a bit more about the future in a bit, but let's do some games. 'Cause,
Okay.
you know, it's time to have some fun, to get to know more in depth Miss Edith Werbel. So I'm gonna make you play this game called Marry, Fuck, or Kill. You know
Okay.
what that is?
No, explain it actually.
So let's say there's three. I'm gonna show you three pictures.
Okay.
You're gonna have to choose somebody that you would marry.
Okay.
Obviously, we're living in a fantasy world here. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not reality. But somebody that you would marry, somebody that you would fuck or sleep with,
Yeah.
and somebody that you would kill.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
But it doesn't look. But I do research. It doesn't look like it. But I'm smart and I do research. And there's an undertone to this.
Oh damn. Okay.
So I'm gonna show you three pictures.
Okay.
Here's the first one. Do you know him?
Who is that?
That's Michael Fassbender.
Oh.
He's from the movie
Right.
X-Men, I think.
I'm probably gonna say Mary, but
No,
okay.
already?
Okay, but we'll see. Probably Mary that one.
So yeah. Oh, I did. You gotta see. It's not an easy choice.
Oh, okay.
The second one, Mr. Manny, Mr. Manny Pacquiao, who is the Philippines hero. Manny Pacquiao, you have no idea what Manny means to these people. It's incredible.
Remember we watched the.
I didn't want to mention that.
I'm devastated.
We went to see a match, a Mexican guy again. Well,
Who
it
was
sounds
it?
so racist. Juan Miguel Marquez.
Was it Marquez?
Yeah, it was Marquez. I can't believe I forgot his name. Juan Manuel Marquez.
Okay.
And Manny Pacquiao. They were on their fourth fight, I think, and one was tied. One was Manny had won, but it was always so close.
Right.
And we go to watch
The tiebreaker.
Yeah, the tiebreaker together, and we bet, and I'm there all cocky, and Marquez lands a right hand that could kill every human being except Manny because he's a superhero, but he puts him to sleep. And as he's there sleeping on the ground, I see you tearing up, and I'm all cheerful, and I'm like, oh fuck, now I feel bad. And I was there, and I was like, okay, like I wanted him to win, but I didn't want this to happen. Like, so it was a little awkward, but yeah, it was a great fight. I mean, he's a great fighter.
Yeah.
So now you got to choose. He got knocked the hell out, so maybe
Okay.
don't kill him, but you decide. And the last one, who I mentioned before, Mr. Hugh Jackman.
Oh shit.
So here's the idea I had when I choose these three men.
Yeah.
First one is German.
Oh, okay.
Second one is Filipino.
Oh.
Third one is Australian.
I know. I can't kill any of these guys.
Well, sorry, Edith, you're gonna have to.
Oh my god. That's really tough.
So it's to
Okay.
know.
Oh man, I love Hugh Jackman too. I mean, oh god.
I mean, I would marry any of these guys.
Yeah.
And I'm straight, so like.
Oh man.
Marry, fuck, kill. Have a fun night with Manny or Hugh. I don't know. You decide.
Kill the only guy that's disappointed you.
Kill Manny? She'll never be allowed back in the Philippines. What did you say?
Well, you know what? Okay, if I had to pick, like, okay. Oh.
It's fiction.
Yeah.
It's fantasy.
You know what? Manny is a little crazy, and he's like really like. He's really hardcore Christian and anti-gay.
Oh, yeah,
and like,
there you go.
you know, some of his politics is like can't stand by his politics. So
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
yeah,
So he's out.
he's out.
Oh, Manny.
Yeah.
He even looks sad on the picture. So marry for a whole lifetime or one night, Hugh or
Okay, Hugh Jackman seems like a really fun guy. I'll marry him. He seems fun. Like he seems like yeah.
So
He'd be a good partner.
Michael's having a fun night.
Yeah,
That's it,
sure.
Michael. That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
There you go, Hugh. You and Hugh was a great couple. There you go. Only second to your actual couple now, because I've seen pictures of you and your partner. You guys look fun as hell. Let me tell you.
We are.
I wish you lived in Montreal because it'll be a lot of hanging out. I feel. All right, so that was marry, fuck, and kill. Sorry, Manny, you're dead. Michael, you're having a fun night, and who? Oh,
Hugh
you,
Jackman.
like yeah, for life.
Yeah.
I think I would have done the same choice.
Yeah.
Now that being said, we were talking about programming. You said that's a foreseeable future. In the foreseeable future, do we see another kid?
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
I would like another kid. Like my kid's only 3 months old right now, but like I'm already ready for another one.
You're
somehow.
definitely having some. You know how many, including my wife, has said,
It's
"I'm
the hormone.
done. That's
Oh, really?
it."
Yeah.
No, they don't want anymore.
Oh.
And then, like a year later, it's like, "All right, let's." Like it's painful, but
Yeah.
let's go through it again
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's the most
I mean,
wonderful thing.
the payoff is incredible.
It's 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dimitri, get another kid. All right, so where we're at now, you see yourself having another kid. You want to keep the programming doing. You're still training on the side for your own self. So never again fitness competitions.
I don't think so. No.
What do you miss the most about them?
Winning. I think just the camaraderie backstage. The camaraderie backstage with other girls.
I remember that. Fitness competitions are fun, I'm sure, for you guys to do, but for us in the stands a little long because there's like a million divisions and we're just waiting for you there.
Right.
But it's funny because all the time I think of a fitness competition, I cannot avoid this one memory of you playing with hula hoops.
Oh, right. Yes.
That was like the funnest thing. Like, maybe do you still have that in video somewhere?
I do. Yeah.
If you do, maybe send it. We can show it to people.
Oh,
Dude, it's the
okay.
coolest thing ever. Like, you won for that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the best thing to I think to a Michael Jackson song or something like that, and
I
just
have
you
no
play.
idea. Yeah.
I remember just watching that and that because usually it's just like the T walk and the stand in front, smile and flex, but that was a different aspect where your personality was like kind of showing through. So I was like, oh yeah, that's entertaining. If we could have that,
Yeah.
pretty sure you and Nancy would kill every competition. So I'll be like, yes, we're gonna win for sure, because I always was rooting so much for you girls, and was very, very happy that you did so well. What was the one thing that you hated the most about competing?
I mean, I think I lied to myself at the time when I was doing it, but yeah, like the real shallowness of it and the real unhealthy aspect of it. I ignored that when I was doing it, but looking back, it's like, oh yeah, it's like
It's probably not the best. And you moved from Montreal to Toronto, sad day, but it happened. You've been here for how long now?
like 6 years, I think.
6 years, okay.
Yes.
And do you see yourself growing old here? Or are you thinking of going back to any Asian country?
Sometimes I think about going back to Australia.
Australia?
Yeah, perhaps. But but no plans.
Could be, but
Could
no.
be, or it could
Okay.
be here forever.
How about your partner? Would he be down to move to Australia?
He would love to. Yeah, he would love to.
Yeah, looks like a cool guy. Where did you guys meet?
We met on an app called Happen. I don't know. I don't think it's around anymore. Have you heard of Happen?
I've been married for 20
Oh
years.
yeah,
I'm like,
okay.
I'm
So
old and
you haven't
dead.
even tried Tinder. Okay.
I haven't tried any app ever. I think I missed it by 3 months. I always tell my wife she should be happy. She was lucky. I was 3 months away from being on an app. No, I never did apps. But yeah, so happened. So
Yeah.
so what happened?
I don't know. So happen that the concept of happen is like people you pass in real life. So you'd be like, you passed this person on the corner of King and Bathurst 30 minutes ago. If you both have the app. And we were constantly passing each other because he was working a block away from where I was living.
Oh, God.
So yeah, and then we just
That's an amazing app.
yeah.
Let's get that app. You've passed this person, like
Yeah.
no, that's a great concept. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
happened.
I don't think it's around anymore. I don't think it really took off either, but it's a little creepy.
Yeah, well, that if you have a stalker there, your partner hasn't told you yet, but he had nothing to do around. He was just checking you out all the time. So it's if I go by 10 times, it will tell her that I was there. So, and now you've been together for how long?
Yeah, what's that, like 6-7 years?
Everything good?
Great.
Well, this
Super
is the
great.
one.
Yeah. That's
Very
my life
good.
partner, yeah.
There you go. Speaking of life partners, as we mentioned, you have an ex-husband who I had the pleasure to meet too. He was a great guy. I know you guys are still talking. That's why I think everything is good. I remember you guys being together in Montreal, and then you told me you were going to move. Was the split what caused you to move to Toronto, or was it?
Yeah, the split was what it was what I just needed to start again and
You want it to be in a different place.
exactly.
And then you get to Toronto, and I think you were with your partner already, and you drop what I think a lot of people saw like a bomb on social media, or saying that you were in a polyamorous relationship.
Yes.
And I don't know who told me, and I went to look out polyamorous because I didn't know what that meant. And then I was like, oh, look at that. And I think half of Montreal was like, damn, if we would have known she was married, but we could talk to her still.
Well, I was actually in a polyamorous relationship with my husband in Montreal also. We had a girlfriend for 4 years.
Yeah, we didn't know.
I was a
introduced?
little secretive about it. You probably would have met her, but yeah, we had a girlfriend for 4 years as well.
I never met her?
No, you probably did. I'm sure I took her to the gym at some point. I can't remember when.
Look at that. All these secrets happening.
Back then I was very secretive about it, I think.
Yeah, but I think the world wasn't ready for like that, because now it's common, right?
Yeah,
People
now
are-
it's a lot more.
Yeah.
Actually, when I first got into that relationship, I didn't know the word polyamory either.
Okay.
Honestly, I thought we invented it.
You guys were pioneers.
Yes,
Probably. It's like-
I thought so. I hadn't heard of anyone being in a three-way relationship before.
Yeah. And so the breakup meant the breakup with the girlfriend too?
Yeah. So.
And so now with your actual partner, you're like exclusive. Were you guys a polyamory too, or you still are? Or?
Yeah. So what my partner and I we like the most is like a triad relationship. Like three people in a relation, a throuple, sometimes called a throuple or a triad. Like that's the dynamic that we really
Triad makes it looks gangster. Like
okay, yeah, throuple is a little cuter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the dynamic we really enjoy.
Okay.
I'm bisexual, so I love the idea of having a boyfriend and a girlfriend. That works great for me. And he likes girls, so
so that's fantastic.
having
It's
two
the
is
best
great.
of, and you guys live the three together, or how does it work?
Well, currently we don't have a girlfriend right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've
girls pay attention. Oh, I don't know. You're looking for girls, boys.
Well, I mean, like if the three of us, it would be a girl.
Yeah.
But we also date individually also. So sometimes he'll go out on a date by himself with a girl, and sometimes I'll go out.
Still till this day?
Yeah.
Because with a kid, it must be a little hard.
I mean, yeah. Right now, it's we're sorting out stuff, but no, I have a date lined up like in a couple of weeks.
There you go. I'm gonna make sure Melissa listens to this. I've been talking to her about open relationships.
Really?
We're just too old and tired.
Where have we been? Where have we been?
If you ever see Melissa again, believe me, I make so many jokes about it, and definitely like it's something that I think anybody would be at least curious to explore. I just don't know where the hell I would find the time, but
that's the thing. The time is a thing. Yeah,
because you don't want to be like abusing like the third person either, where you at least if there are like any sort of intimacy and feelings, I want to be like, yeah, we'll call you when we have some time, so that's the aspect we don't see. Yeah, not for me, no judgment on those things, definitely open-minded to all those things. Melissa would hit me right now, but besides that, we're all good. So this is something you plan on, that's how you're happy, that's how you manage.
Yeah, that's what I feel is like makes sense and feels most natural for me and us. Yeah.
I think like you're like the evolved human being. We should all become, because the more we see, cause a lot of the things, our beliefs, I feel some of us, we take it as our core beliefs and we don't want to change them, has been just drilled into our heads when we were kids, and then
yeah,
like
exactly. I mean, I could go on and on about polyamory forever, but like, I mean, for most of human history, like the idea of being with one person for your whole life
sounds crazy, no? Like when you think
and it's a pretty modern construct. Like before, we lived in tribes and we all lived together, and you didn't have like this idea of owning someone forever. It's like Anyway,
I think it has to do a lot with the religious aspect.
Absolutely.
Men are very territorial and insecure.
It actually, I mean, again, I don't want to go too deep into this because I know this is not a podcast about polyamory,
but go, feel free. We won't go too long, but yeah, feel free to say whatever you want.
But yeah, like marriage, the idea of marriage really rose when private property became a thing. When men started owning things,
land there.
Yes, when men started owning land. They wanted to make sure they passed their land onto their biological children. So that's when they locked down women and saying like, and that's when they started owning women too. So anyway, that's where
treating women like property.
Exactly,
too.
Exactly. That's really where it comes from.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I would love to see a debate between you and Andrew Tate.
Oh my God.
I could be sorry. He's a fan. So, well, listen, whatever makes you happy. I mean, you look radiant, you look happy as hell. I always want to see you like this. So if that what makes it work for you, let's continue it. And and so we will do a last game.
Okay.
Because I know you have to have a baby that you have to go take care of. Also, the third person could be a babysitter. That's what I tell.
Exactly.
That's what I tell my wife all the time.
It makes so much sense.
And you don't have to pay her. Sleep with her, or I don't know, pet her or hold her.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. We'll get there. I'll have Melissa give you a call. All right. So, what does the future hold for you in terms of fitness? You're done. You're just gonna train for yourself. Programming, any TD won't listen to this. So any ambitions to start your own thing to do, or you're just happy being an employee?
Yeah, for now I'm just happy being an employee. I'm still learning. Like I've only been doing it for 2 years professionally. So I still got a lot to learn, and and I really enjoy my job.
Nice.
Yeah.
And love life and family life. This is your family. And whoever comes into your life has to understand that.
Yeah. Totally.
Same for your spouse. What do you call him? Your partner?
My partner, I guess.
Yeah. Probably call him by his name.
Yes.
Hey, partner. All right, Edith. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. I don't know if you listened to the first video I made when I say why am I doing this, because it's not for money. It's not for it is for entertainment for myself and the viewers that watch us. But there's therapy involved in that, because being a trainer for the past 21 years, you know how it is.
Yeah.
There's some build-up things there, and I like to. I said this is cheaper than therapy, and talking to somebody like you, a friend that I haven't seen in a while, is fantastic to me. It helps me deal with. Instead of paying a shrink, I think I can just do this. So I do a segment where it's therapy. So I'm going to just ask you rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Again, if you don't feel comfortable with it or you don't have an answer, you have the fail safe, but we will finish with this. So I'll tell you one word and you can tell me what you think about it. Like, whatever comes to mind first. Don't go for the politically correct answer, which I know you won't. So here we go. Cats.
Love them.
Still have?
Yeah, two. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're in love with cats. Look, how many did you have in Montreal?
Yeah, the same two.
Oh, it's the same two.
The same two.
okay.
Yeah, my older one's 18 years old. Yeah.
18 years old?
18. Yeah.
Cats live like that
Yeah,
long?
yeah, they can live to early 20. Yeah, she's gonna live to 20. Yeah.
Oh my God. Didn't you have more in Montreal?
No, always just two.
Okay. Drake.
Love him.
Fitness competitions.
Eh.
Eh.
Been there, done that.
Roller skates.
Oh, love it too.
You know why? I saw like 20 pictures in over 30 pictures. I saw 20 with you with roller skates. I go, damn, this girl really loves roller skating. So,
Yeah.
so where does that come from? You just
Oh, that was like a COVID activity, you know, like
just
when
roller
you-
skating?
Yeah, that was like, you know, and everyone got a hobby over COVID. That was mine.
But you weren't allowed to see people. Was the virus
Well,
doesn't
out-
catch you? 'Cause
Well,
you, go
you were
fast?
allowed to go outside, right? You were allowed
Ah.
to hang out outside. So all the skate rinks were out. Yeah.
There you go. That's what fit people do while COVID. They roller skate. Steroids.
Oh, don't know anything about it.
There you go. Never done them.
No,
Never will.
no.
Deadlifts.
Cool.
Yeah. BTS.
Like the boy band?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. They're cute.
Biggest thing in music right now.
Yeah, they're cute. Yeah.
You know what what this reminds me of? I remember us being in the Atwater gym and the first DNA fitness ever. You walking in and telling me about Psy and Gangnam Style there. And I was like, what? It's like, what is this? And you go like, dude, this is like the biggest song. And I go to listen to it. I go like, damn, this shit's sketchy as hell. And like the next week, it was like everywhere. So I go like, I'll ask her about BTS. Should I get into BTS? Because it's like the biggest thing now too. Like, so do you listen to them or not at all?
No.
And a boring one, the last one, COVID-19.
When will it ever end?
It's gonna be COVID till 2029.
Yeah.
But you got it?
Yeah,
Are you
I got
part
it
of
once.
it?
Yeah, I got it
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
Was it bad?
Yeah, I mean, I had a thumping headache for 3 days, and it was during my pregnancy as well, so it wasn't fun.
Oh, okay. Didn't affect the baby. Right?
No. But
There you go. Well, this is it. It was great seeing you again.
Yes.
I can't believe it's been so long. Like when you think about it, we've known each other a decade at this point.
yeah, I can't believe you remember so much. Like
I
even the
remember
even the
everything.
Gangnam Style. that I
Gangnam.
did.
I remember things like I don't know what it is, but I remember things like
That was 10 years ago. That was I remember that song came out 10 years ago. About a couple weeks ago, it was like a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. And I'm fucking old. I remember you saying that, and then me just listening. It's like, what the fuck is Psy?
What is she
you know?
talking about?
Yeah, these Asians. And then like the biggest thing ever, and only second to Baby Shark now.
Yes, yeah, especially with our lives. Yeah.
Yeah, Baby Shark is like, dude, I had balloons of Baby Shark all over the place this Christmas because my son. So I don't know what it is, but they find a way to capture your attention, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Putting Baby Shark on gives me automatically 3 minutes of freedom. So I love it. Whoever made that.
Oh,
they
for
got-
me, it's the dancing fruit. You know the Hey Bear dancing fruit. Do you know that? I think it's for really young babies.
Yeah,
it's just
see,
like
I'm off that gang now.
Oh.
Like, it's just, the dancing fruit doesn't.
yeah. My 3-month-old is like,
It's crazy. It's super fun, and I'm so happy that you had a kid, because I always say the good people should multiply, because unfortunately idiots keep multiplying every day, and we have to like counterbalance the whole thing. Happy for you. Happy that you seem very happy. And any last words from you?
not really. Just thanks for having me. This is really fun, and yeah, it's great catching up.
Same here. We'll go through a bunch of these, and I'm sure down the road we'll connect again. And you're not that far away. You're only 8-hour drive. I had to drive 8 hours to see you.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, it's eat it, do it, keep driving, and the game and everything, obviously. But Again, my apologies for yesterday, but we tried our best. But it was all worth it because you're fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's it. We'll see you next time. Thank you for listening. And to you all, go see our other interviews. The last one was a fantastic one with concussions issues, what sports you should put your kids in when they're young, and all of this. So very interesting conversation with Kiara. Almost as good as the one we had today. Edith, thank you for everything.
Thank you.
And see you all later. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more content, click right here for another exciting episode right here. If you want to get in shape, sign up for our online fitness app using the link in the description. Finally, help support us by liking and subscribing. And if you don't want to do none of that, well, at least keep making it happen.